Hello, Facebook world. Hello, Jonathan's
Good.
Refuge, TCI, our family out there. We love you guys from around the globe. We're coming to you from atop the boat out here behind us. It's hard to see, but you can see the sunset way out there in the background as we are trying to be our good neighbors in the harbor and not speak too loud. I want to talk to you about the word depression. What does the word depression mean? So, everyone thinks they know what the word depression means. I thought I did. Interesting. Well, let me put a different spin on depression because when someone says, "What is depression?" Like, what do you think when someone says, "What's depression?"
It's an emotion.
It's an emotion. Exactly. It is. Depressed from breakup, depressed from career, depressed from children, spouse, parents, depressed from lack of contact with people, too much contact with people. People can be depressed for every amount of reason, right? Can I get in your face a little? Can we get real for a second and strip down, be naked, be vulnerable? The word depression is broken up into two words. The word is rest. Deep pression stands for deep rest. I want you to look at it that way. Take the word depression and look at it as a deep rest. What do you need a deep rest from? You. When you say you're depressed, it's your body telling you, I am depressed and I need a deep rest from you. I need a deep rest from the ego. Jonathan sometimes needs a deep rest. That's me, by the way. I know, Bishop, but I have a name. Jonathan sometimes needs a rest. And so I have to strip back. What is Jonathan? Jonathan, who am I? That's even a persona that I've created, that my parents started to create, right? They created me. They gave me a name. They told me maybe what I could do and be to help mold me. They helped create me. So what am I? I'm a person. And I'm always trying to live up to other standards. The standards I set, the standards others set. I'm always trying to be something for everybody else. I'm always worried about, oh, I wonder if I'm going to offend this person. Do you know what it's like being a bishop in the modern world? Let me tell you, every word you say offends somebody. That's why if someone watches this and they're like, I'm offended, I'm like, yeah, I'm not your minister because I will offend you. And what's interesting about it is I'm offended by other people too, just like others are offended. But what's interesting is when you can take a deep rest from the BS, it's BS. Strip it down. Who are you? The true me. My wife gets a glimpse of it. She gets glimpses of it when we go on vacation. When I take her around roads and we're just driving, and I'm like a little kid, and I'm like, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that over there. And she's like, what, a tree? She's like the other 500 trees you just showed me. I know, it was so cool. Oh, look. What's that? Look at that waterfall. Yeah, like the 80th one. You strip it all away. There's no rings on. It's just flesh. My flesh, her flesh, your flesh. We're just humans that want to be loved and that want to love. But there is a time for the ego. Don't mistake this as, oh, is this that strip the ego thing and let's go be like Jim Carrey and just... Yeah, it's easy for Jim Carrey to say that stuff about just, give it all up kind of a thing after you make your hundreds of millions of dollars. It's a lot harder to tell someone to do that when they're just starting their life out. So I'm not asking you to go out there and do like Jim Carrey talks about. By the way, I'm not dogging Jim Carrey. What he's talking about is sincere and it's real. What I'm saying is there's a place and a time for the ego of your life. You have to have an ego if you're going to be in business. You can't be in business unless you have an ego, because there's a part of being in business that says, I take pride in what I do. That is part of the ego, by the way. That's not a bad thing. I'm going to be the best salesman for my company. I'm going to promote the best product in the world. There's pride in that. So make sure you don't mistake when I say ego. It's not saying like, yes, vanity, I am gorgeous. Yes, we all know you're gorgeous. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the personality of who you are, and that ego can be a good thing, but sometimes you have to strip it off. For me, it's getting to the mountains or the boat. Sitting here, sorry, it's hard to film this because we're at different angles, and I tried to get somebody to move around earlier so it would work. There she is. Hi. And so for me, it's the boat and mountains. And in the boat and in the mountains, I feel like I can strip down and get away from all the BS and the ego that we wrap around ourselves in society. And we tell ourselves we have to have, and we need these things or else we can't survive. Take a deep rest from that stuff. Take a deep rest from but you don't understand. I'm educated. I'm brilliant. I have this. Yeah, great. There's a time and place for that. Take a rest, a deep rest. When your body's depressed, when you know you're depressed, it's your physical body saying, I need a deep rest from you and from everything that you think you have to do. You have to be this person for them. You have to be that. I'm a wife. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a mother. I'm a businessman. I got 25 families that depend on me. I've got corporations. I've got churches, blah, blah. Whatever your excuse is, strip it all away. Who are you? Take a deep rest from all the crap that's you, including you. Jonathan is still a person that has been created. Cynthia is still a person that was created by someone else and given a name, and in everything she is, the way she even molds herself when she goes out, and her favorite color is yellow. My favorite color is blue, and so I'll buy blue things and she'll buy yellow things. That's creating who we are. Strip the you away. Strip it all away. What is underneath that? Get to know that person, that being. Because when you're dead in a few years, that's what continues. Not all of this crap. Not her favorite yellow, not my favorite blue, not the boat, not the trees up on that mountain, not the visiting the grandkids, not the visiting the sons, not the visiting the parents, not the going to Yosemite. None of that exists. Not your accolades, not your awards, and none of your money. And what does exist for eternity? Your soul. You. That. For all the image and the crap that we put on it. So take a step back when you're depressed and know something. Being depressed just means you need to take a break from you. Because if you think that you're depressed because you're fat, that's because you feel that others have made you believe that that's what you need to do. So you're depressed about it. Now, if you want to lose weight because you want to be healthy, then that's when you're going to lose the weight. But if you're trying to lose weight because you say you're fat because society tells you you're fat, you're not. And that's your body then saying, stop this. We're depressed. We need a deep rest from this image you're trying to make us that we're not. Now, I'm not telling you not to get healthy. I want you all to get healthy. I strive to be healthier every day. But what I'm trying to do is get you to understand something. There's no reason to be depressed. That's why someone as myself who deals with what they refer to as Lincoln's depression. It's a deep, deep, dark. I mean, sometimes it's like scary how depressed I can get. And it's like being a soul sucker because I hear so many different, not confessions like the Catholic confessions, but so many people confide in me as a pastor and a bishop and as a coach and a mentor. And when you hear this stuff, it's like almost like you have to suffer for them. And it can really mess you up and get dark and deep. And it used to be very scary. And that's easy because I learned to understand something. I have to strip all that off. And I just need to take a deep rest from me, from the image, from the bishop, from the CEO, from the big guy, from the president and chairman, from the husband, from the son, from the father, from all the images. And I got to get back to me, reset who I am. And that's what we do. We reset each other. We go out, we find places like this, and we reset. You don't have to go to a hotel. You don't have to own a boat. We did it when we had no money. We would go and just drive around and go to the store and do shopping. You can find ways to reset it. Go to the free park. go down to the place and watch people walk down Main Street. Just get away and reset yourself when you find yourself in that place so you can get back to who the true inner being really is. Cece, do you have anything to add?
When I hear people say that they're depressed, my interpretation is something else is controlling you, and that's an emotion. And personally, I don't like to let anything control me. Not especially a deep depression where I'm not able to be my best self, because so many people need us, and depression doesn't get us anywhere. It's like sitting in a rocking chair, not going anywhere. Depression isn't going to go away. You got to get up, get out, go places, and help people. Your depression will go away.
Well said. Listen, guys, I don't want to belittle depression. If you're feeling depressed, listen, we own a mental health facility.
help.
Reach out and call us. Call our phone number. We will get you to a caseworker. We'll get you to a doctor. We will help you in any way we can. We have coaching staff. We have business coaching staff. We have all kinds of things we can do for you. So don't think that I'm trying to belittle anything, but I'm also trying to show you how you can, in essence, belittle it yourself by making it where we sometimes blow things up so bad. And listen, you guys know the stories of my traumas. You've heard them. I can go on and on. But at the end of the day, I realized something. The deep depression is because we needed a deep rest from us, because we oppress ourselves. We don't even realize it. I mean, I want to look good for my wife. I want to strive to be a man that she wants to be walking around the public with. I know at the end of the day, my wife loves me. If I'm 10 pounds heavier, 30 pounds heavier, she loves me. Okay. She told me if I was 42 pounds heavier, she wouldn't, but that's beside the point. But here's the thing. I still worry about it. So I work at it, but not because I worry about her wanting it. Okay. I worry about her having a husband. Okay. I care about health. But it still can depress you. Just like a woman, she wants to get her nails done. Could you show your nails, dear? I love the fact that my wife has beautiful nails. Sorry, she's very slow. She was making a dramatic thing, but didn't realize it wasn't the right kind of camera. So there's the beautiful nails. All right, you're a day late and a dollar short. Boy, she is not good with camera live. So there's her nails. I'm grateful that I can give her those nails. She has the ability to get those nails. I'm grateful that she is able to get me my shoes that I love so much, right? They're little things that mean stuff to me and mean stuff to her. But when you didn't have the money for your nails, does that ever make you as a woman a little depressed sometimes?
It did sometimes.
I know as a man, if I didn't have the right
of
shoe,
others.
right? You're in church and you see the guy with the shoe next to you, and you're like, whoa, those are Stacey Adams. Man, I wish I could afford that. And you got shoes with holes in them and they stink. You're just hoping no one can smell your shoe. And you're covering your nails because you don't want the person that's decked out next to you. So you can be depressed. Again, we are putting that on us. We allow society and people, and we allow ourselves. I can get this thing. Sorry about all the movement. We're on a boat. We allow ourselves to literally depress ourselves. So we are the true oppressor. You and me are the oppressor of ourselves. It's not everyone else out there. The world can try right now to tell Jonathan Brown to go do this and go do that. And I'll tell him to go jump off a bridge because Jonathan Brown knows who he is. I am sound and found and grounded and headed in all the right places and in the right directions, on course and on time. Let me tell you, this train is moving. But you're going to run into people like that in your life. And you're going to find those moments where you're like, but don't allow the depression that controls you. And that's what Cece just talked about, not allowing it to control you. We've all had those traumas that are brutal in your life. But if you allow that to depress you, it controls you. Henceforth, that activity controls you. That person controls you. You don't think we have triggers? Everybody's got a trigger. Well, guess what? I heard someone actually tell me, because I was talking about it, oh, this person triggered me. And this friend of mine goes, oh, that sucks. Why don't you stop letting people control you? And I'm like, well, you don't understand it. I've had trauma. He's like, I understand. So you've had trauma. Can you not overcome your trauma? And I'm like, yeah. Well, why don't you? And I'm like, And of course, I want to use excuses because I want to live in this place of depression for a minute. Sorry about that. So I chose. The longer I stay in those moments where someone triggers me, first off, that person now controls me. Literally. That person that triggers me controls me. They own me. And I don't like being owned, like my wife said. And so the sad part is sometimes we're the ones that even own ourselves because we put ourselves in those positions that make us end up in that place. And it can be so depressing. So that deep rest is from all the, just rub it away, get rid of the makeup, take off the hat, brush your hair, strip off the clothes, get down to your naked being, spiritually, metaphorically talking, and see who you are. What have you become? I love you guys. So many of you, I'm so proud to call you friend and sojourner on this journey called life. And as the seagulls have been singing us to sleep and the sun has been setting and we can't see ourselves anymore, we will wish you adieu, adieu. We love you. My dear, would you send them off with a nice kind word of something?
Peace be with you.
And peace be with you. And the boys will